What's up, YouTube family? I hope everybody is having an awesome day. Awesome day. I am here bringing you an update on this girl right here. You guys recently saw I did a video on the good, the bad, the ugly, and it was dealing with stress. In that time, I've been focusing on eliminating a lot of stress factors in my life, which came down to not only like my workout regimen, my diet regimen, to what I was doing on a daily basis inside work, inside home, and just with myself overall. I've been consistent with it, really focusing on just trying to get myself back in balance. Right now, I'm feeling almost 100% again. I'm feeling so good. I'm feeling happy. Like, I literally can just like walking around now like like, hi. It was a Fit Expo this last weekend. Thank you to everybody who came out. There was a way bigger turnout than I expected for like a smaller show. So, I mean, I'm honored. I was just beyond taken back of like how many of you guys came out. It was so awesome. And also a good handful of you guys asked how I was doing because you all saw my video, and I mean, it meant a lot to me. So thank you. But yes, I am doing 100 times better. I'm feeling back, pretty much almost back on track again. I know it's different for everybody depending on where you work, places that you're stuck in that you can't do much about, but there are like certain things you can do for yourself just to help eliminate stress, and it's a matter of doing it and not getting caught up in the ball of stress. I have a place of business, and you know, even though it is like my home away from home, the gym is my release, and this is where I come to really just relax, it still gets stressful here too. I mean, running a business, it still gets stressful. You get pulled in so many different directions. Everybody's asking you this, everybody looks up to you, and not only here in my place of business, but all over the world, social media, you know, clients, emails, you know, it's a lot. One of the biggest things I did is I had to reorganize what I was doing on a daily basis. So I had to pick one day where I focused only on emails, one day where I was focusing on YouTube videos. So I had to like organize a little bit better and not try to do everything at once, and that helped a lot because now I'm like, okay, I'm only doing this today and I'll do this tomorrow, instead of being like, I have to try to get all this done. Taking a break from the intermittent fasting and just going back to a workout regimen, really nothing that I have to think about. I haven't been on point tracking macros because I haven't wanted to. It's okay to take breaks from things, and that's currently what I've been doing is I'll track macros, but then I won't, but I kind of just leave it within the realm of, you know, eating very nutrient dense food. So a lot of vegetables, a lot of fruits, a lot of my proteins, my carbs, my fats, just everything, but keeping it in kind of a balance. I kind of know what I need, so I just, you know, I might be a little under, I might be a little over, but I just don't, right now, I'm just not worrying about it. Like last weekend, I just went full board. Donuts, pasta, sandwiches, quesadillas, burgers. Me and Zach we did room service, we ate out, and it was freaking awesome. And I do not feel guilty whatsoever about it. One thing that a lot of us don't realize is when it comes to food, processed foods, yes, farmed fishes, certain meat products and stuff like that that either have hormones, have whatever it is, depending on where it's from and how it was raised or how it was grown, really affects women's hormones. I think during that time I was doing a lot of just farmed fish because it was cheaper. So I was doing a lot of farmed whitefish. Same thing, I think my salmon was farmed too during that time. And those, I found that from my research, that can really affect women's hormones. So I cut out farmed fish, farmed everything completely, and I'm only buying wild stuff right now, probably forever. I did that immediate switch with my diet right when everything happened. Same thing with all my produce. I'm really careful in reading at where it's coming from and where it was raised. So I'm really paying attention to that, and I think that played a huge part in me balancing back out as well. It is a little bit more expensive, but my health is more important. And after dealing with that, I don't want to, I mean, that was worse. I would rather spend a little bit of money than go through that kind of experience physically and mentally again. No. I've been just kind of training wherever, whenever. So one day I'll feel like I'm like, I don't really want to weight train. I'll just do plyos and jump rope and maybe do some spin bike, resistance bands. I don't go in and be like, I have to follow this specific weight training regimen and that's all I'm doing. Like, I literally, if I'm not feeling like something, I don't do it. And also taking the break from traveling. So the next couple months, I'm not going to travel anywhere. I'm just going to take a break for myself because I need a vacation too. I'm actually planning a few vacations, tropical, hopefully just enjoy myself to the fullest. Food, beach, food. Did I say food? When you're meal prepping or you're doing weight training or trying to lose weight or whatever it is, your goal in this fitness, in this lifestyle, if you're about to go do something and it literally just makes you cringe, it just makes you like, I don't want to do it. Like, you want to cry, you just despise it. Don't do it. Why would you do it? You're actually going to make yourself more miserable and you're going to make yourself hate that even more. It's going to just be a turnoff for you. You're going to lose motivation. So instead of just not doing it, just go, okay, just take a second, think about it and be like, you know what? Instead of doing this, I'm going to do this instead. So you're still doing something, but it's just something completely different. And if it makes you happy, go with it. I tell this to everybody I encounter, clients, in person, emails, whatever it is. If you do not enjoy it, you are not going to stick with it, and you're going to lose motivation. Less stress and guilt that you put on yourself, you are going to be more successful. You are going to be more successful in all areas. Pretty much have done that with myself this past couple weeks since I last posted that video. Is I've just been relaxed with my diet and not feeling like I have to be on point all the time. You know, it was really nice this last weekend to not try to diet down for this expo. I just kind of wore regular clothes. I was just eating, enjoying, and I just felt so good. I was so happy. I mean, I'm so happy right now. When it comes to certain things where I find that might overwhelm me a little bit, if it's something that can wait, I'll set it aside and then do something else and I'll come back to it later. And I think for anybody, it's good to just take a minute for yourself instead of trying to push through and making yourself completely just miserable. I'm feeling pretty much almost 100% back to normal mentally, physically. Everything is balancing back out, but now I'm dealing with a new bump in the road. Turns out I have fasciitis. I know, right? If it's not one thing, it's another. But it's okay, it's okay. Today, I can barely walk on my right foot. You guys probably saw my Snapchat. I was kind of talking a little bit about feet pain, and I think it was just from, you know, being an athlete, going hard all the time, the impact all the time, and I was never really strengthening my feet. Well, I have a video on that, by the way. Well, I think it was the start of something more serious, and yesterday I decided, I haven't done sprints in a while, I'm gonna do sprints. So I did like 10 minutes of sprints yesterday and tons of plyos, and I started noticing pain in my right foot last night. I mean, it woke me up in the middle of the night because it hurt so bad. What is fasciitis? It is inflammation of the thick band of tissue that connects your heel bone to your toes. So it's like right here. Right here. And that's pretty much where it hurts. It's actually a little bit swollen right here. On it again, researching, trying to understand basically how a foot works and why my foot has gotten to this point. It's really common in athletes, but it's also common in people with sudden weight gain. So I know a lot of pregnant women deal with that, people who gain a lot of weight really fast over a short period of time. Also, as you get older, starting at like age 15, going up all the way to age 60 and over, for someone like me, what you'd have to do is, you know, stretching, you'd have to do like your own therapy, foot massage, RICE, which is rest, ice, compression, and elevation. So in these cases too, you also have to adjust your training. There's a lot of things that you can do, less impact. exercises. Then you can go to things like there are like medications, steroids or something that they actually like shoot into your foot. I'm gonna try to avoid any of that. But they also have, you know, like splints and, you know, shoe inserts and things like that. So we're gonna start with all the stretches and the massages and the therapy, all that stuff first, and then we'll go from there. Taking a step back and taking time for yourself and actually doing the right thing for yourself versus, you know, going against that, prolonging your healing. So I'm gonna have to make a lot of modifications in my training regimen for, I'm not sure how long something like this takes to recover from, but I think if you jump on it right away and not keep doing something you shouldn't do, I think the recovery process will be a lot quicker. Anybody dealing with certain injuries maybe can really benefit from this. I'm gonna play around with some exercises this week. I'm gonna have to modify my own training, and then I'll get that recorded for you guys later this week. Today, I was really bummed. I was like, no, it's really gonna affect my workouts, and to this can be a real big setback for a lot of people. And I know personally for myself, I am one of those go, 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 go people. A lot of people can take this as a setback and can get really, really upset. Some people just will end up going into some kind of, you know, self-pity or depression, or you know, people just keep pushing themselves when they shouldn't be pushing themselves. I'm always optimistic in situations like this. This is great because I can learn from it and help you guys. I can be a better coach, actually experiencing something and then learning how to overcome something and recover from it. You're able to like help others so much more. So I don't take this as a negative setback, and you know, I'm not gonna beat myself up over it because I can't do what I normally do. Having a positive outlook on something that is kind of upsetting is only it's gonna help keep you even in balance. It's gonna make you stronger, and it's gonna, next time something happens, you're gonna know what to do right away. So you always wanna learn from situations like this. You don't wanna just, now I can't do anything. You never wanna do that. You're gonna figure out how to make it work, and you're gonna just keep moving forward. If any of you are currently, you know, dealing with something that you feel like it's setting you back at all, take a breath. And don't beat yourself up, because you got to take this as a learning and a growing experience, because this is just going to make you stronger mentally and physically. Even if it's going to take you 2 weeks, takes you 6 months, takes you a year to get back 100%, it's okay, because you know how much you're going to grow and learn in that process. It's going to make you such a better person inside and out. And don't start something and then, you know, you get frustrated because you want to be ready right away and then stop, because that's just going to keep putting it out further and further and further, and you're going to be doing this back and forth, longer and longer, and then it's going to turn into years and years, and then you're just going to get to the point where you're just going to completely give up on yourself. Don't do that to yourself. You're worth it. Stick in it. Find something and get going. You know, there's so many different options out there and people that are willing to help you. It's a matter of taking it and using it. When things like this come at you, you just got to take it by the horns and be like, I got this. You gotta take control of that wheel. Don't let that wheel go out of control. You gotta hold on to that wheel. You're the one driving. Stay in control. You guys got this. I believe in you. All right, guys, I love you. What's up, guys? So I thought I'd give you a little physique update when I'm currently looking right. I'm not sure what my body fat is right now. Whatever. But I am 150 pounds currently.